Okay, everybody, we are back with episode 5 of Bonix Analysis. We are digging an extremely deep look into the film. At Bonix, we're going through, and I say we, welcome back my general manager, Tony, the GM. Welcome back, Tony.
How are you today, Jeremy?
I'm good. I'm ready to, continue our analysis. I think this is going great. We're showing, we're throwing some positive. I mean, the rest of the world seems to have done a great job showing a lot of positive with the highlight reel. We're giving the full look, so we're looking at all different plays: the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty. We saw that he made a nice play under pressure in the last video, and you brought up the question of, okay, but I don't see any more of that. Is there any more of that? And I got to tell you, aside from a couple of plays where he's under pressure that I found and we've shown and been showing, there's not much more of that. And that's a little scary in a guy who's had, such a long career in college.
You know what, Jeremy? That is the one area that you really need to take a deep look at and think about is how a quarterback performs under pressure in college. Because if you're not seeing it, especially in the lower level competition, which this is, he's not playing the big time schools here. This isn't against Michigan, not against Alabama, LSU, the higher level schools. If he's not showing any pressure, it's going to be hard to really evaluate him and see where you could get. It's a guessing game. What do you think?
No, I agree. And we we left off on a pretty good play. And we're going to continue right here. This is from the 20-yard line. And we will going to just take a look at what he does. He's under pressure there and throws it away. So you can see the pressure coming at him. And he just throws it away to the sideline.
Okay, it's a throwaway. He handled it that way. I mean, that's obviously fine. But it's not really showing anything that any other quarterback shouldn't do. If he's not doing this, if he's forcing the issue, I don't see him forcing the issue. Right? Do you notice that?
Yeah, I think you said it the other day really well. He feels like he definitely, at the very least, it definitely seems like he could be a game manager. Like he knows how to protect the football for the most part. I only caught one ugly interception.
Right, but it's a little bit. You can't get away with that, I don't think, in the pros. I mean, are you drafting a game manager who's only throwing 7 yards tops down the field? At a high level, you really need to see more. You need to sit down with this kid and go over everything. I mean, you need to take a real deep look, right? Because I see him. Okay, you want your quarterback to protect the ball, but are you passing things up? If you're telling me you have tunnel vision, you're staring at your receiver, and you're not taking chances. How is this going to get by in the pros?
Right. Right.
Right? It makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's watch this. Let's watch this next play. Closing pocket. I don't know what happened to him there. I mean, he had time. It just looks like he threw it too hard, or maybe it got deflected.
Let's watch I think that was deflected. But it's the same thing.
Yeah. It's lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Right. That was the interception play, exactly. He rarely puts the ball in danger. That's a positive, but you need to see a little bit more of him challenging himself.
Right.
You want to bring it up 2 levels and do this against Sauce Gardner or Patrick Surtain?
Yeah, I mean, I think what he did was he ran into a cornerback or a safety that was smart enough to realize he's looking one direction. You know where he's going to throw the ball, so you're able to cheat. And here he comes. You could see him in the screen, the little blur, and he's able to jump up. He doesn't have to stay on his guy and worry about, oh, if I'm wrong, he's going to be wide open and catch the ball and run. He knows where the ball's going because the eyes of Bo Nix never moved, and he's able to easily come in and just deflect the pass.
Does it show what game this is?
This is against the Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was a great play by the. I'm going to assume it was a cornerback. It could have been a safety, but the defensive back made a very good play. I think that I'm surprised there's not a lot more of that, because it's very easy to cheat against the quarterback who only looks one way.
That's a valid point, Jeremy. And this is where it scares me a little, because if he's not attempting those type of throws against this level of competition, I see an issue with all types of tight windows in the pros. Is he overlooking? Is he stat padding? Could we call it that? Adding his stats by just going what he thinks is easy and managing a game? Is that what you want?
No, not at all.
Okay. Let's go to the next one.
That looked like a very nice pass. Again, straight ahead pass, but did his job. They gave him a good amount of time. I don't know. I think what the announcers wanted to say on this one, when you watch it in the highlight reel, that was a highlight reel throw that people use. And the announcers actually sit there and say, they talk about his amazing anticipation.
Right. Now, we went over the throwing a receiver open throw a little while ago on that pressure play in the end zone.
Yeah.
On the throw in the end zone when he threw the receiver open.
Yep.
Anticipation throws are lacking with this kid.
I mean, that was an example of one, but again, that's the only one we found.
Right. Now, if you notice also, you're not seeing any typical out patterns with this kid.
Right.
Correct? You're not seeing anything outside the numbers on a dart, on a pro level, arm strength throw.
Right.
It's a rarity, correct?
He's much better when they're cutting in. They're coming inside towards the middle.
Right. He's not challenging the outside of the numbers.
Right.
That against NFL competition, if you can't get that done, you're going to have issues.
Well, especially when you're trying to manage the clock.
Right. Exactly.
Right. I mean, you're trying to manage the clock, and you're coming from behind. We've all seen that. The one thing the defense does is they're not going to give you anything outside the numbers. You have to be perfect to get anything outside the numbers. They'll give you the inside, but they're giving you the inside for a reason, because you can't afford the clock, the time.
Okay. Let's go to the next one, Tommy.
Nice pass, but look where it is. It's right in front of him. The guy's wide open alone. So, I mean, he does his job. It's a good college play, but, I mean, that's just that's playing catch. Am I supposed to go to my GM and say we need to have this quarterback look at this amazing play?
You're not seeing that. The whole purpose of showing this play is this is what he's doing. Okay? This is his seam route. Okay? This is what, it's not. You're not even seeing seam routes from this kid consistently. You need to see that at this level, and it's not available.
Right. This goes.
Okay? This is a short slant type play. You don't see him hitting a hardest throw 15, 20 yards down the field with the receiver running away from him between two defenders. You're not seeing that at all on his tape. And you guys are more than welcome to list the throws, okay? We'll gladly go back and review them. Right, Jeremy?
No, absolutely, and I would love to see it. If this look, I don't even have access to every single game. So, I mean, if we're somehow missing, and there's lots of film of him making these, those other kinds of throws, that's fine. But I mean, this is a play. If you don't complete it can't be the extreme one way or the other. Like, this is a highlight reel play, but think of the other side of it. If he misses this pass, if he throws that ball at the guy's feet, or he doesn't complete this pass, you're going crazy. The fans want to throw him out of town. How could you miss this pass? That's the kind of thing where you scream, I could make that pass. And you know what? We probably could make that pass, and we'd be right to yell at him for it. So you can't use this, and that's why it drives me crazy when you see it in a highlight. You can't use this as evidence that a guy is talented, because he's literally playing catch. It doesn't even take a college quarterback to make that play.
Correct. And, we're analyzing all quarterbacks the same way. We want to make sure that everybody understands that.
Yeah, I don't care who throws that ball. If Aaron Rodgers throws that pass on a highlight film, I would say, why is that a highlight? I'd say the same thing if it was Tom Brady. Like, I don't care about plays like that. Not because it's not a negative to the quarterback. I don't look at it like I just look at it as nothing, because I know already he could make that play. Because if he couldn't make that play, we wouldn't be here having this conversation and be analyzing him.
Exactly. Let's go to the next one.
Looking like a nice play, but again, it's in his comfort zone. Although the pocket is closing, so I want to give him credit for that. And he makes a nice throw in traffic right there. This is probably one of his better plays.
Okay, now, highlight material, okay? Is this a top 3 throw he's ever made?
I hope not, that it's not a top 3. But I've been pretty hard on him, so I want to just give him at least the credit of that being an okay play. I mean, he was under a little bit of pressure. I'm not drafting him because of it, but
Right on. I mean, what we're saying, it is directly in front of him. What are we leaving out with this kid?
I don't know.
Okay, I mean, we're basically covering everything. We know he could hit the go routes and so forth for wide open Franklin.
Look where he and look where he catches it. He's exactly vertical to him.
Right.
He's completely in line with him.
When you're looking at a quarterback, obviously he needs to make this throw. Okay, you need to see this at all levels of the field, going across the field. It's not there. You also need to see the seam route running away from the quarterback. Okay, it's not there in his tape. Okay, you need to translate it to the pros. You need to see going away from the center of the field, doing corner routes, behind the linebacker, in front of the safety. You're not seeing that with this kid. You're not seeing those are typical pro throws that you need to make. They're not asking him to do it. I can't help you with that. But you need to make those throws to be successful in the pros. You also need to scan correctly. Correct, Jeremy?
No, absolutely. So
are you seeing? We're not seeing it.
We're not seeing it. So that's it for the film part of it. So let me remove. We are going to come back in a 6th installment, because we're already at our time, and I don't think we should rush the summary of these videos. So we're going to come back and do a part 6 and talk about everything we saw and give some final analysis on this and what we think of Bo Nix. So if you want to see our conclusions and what we have to say about him, we're going to do that after we rate all the quarterbacks, the top 6 quarterbacks this year. We're going to then rank them and place them all where we think, and do a top 6 and do all that fun stuff as well. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on these videos. We'll be back very soon, probably. And if you're watching this video, there's a good chance it's already out. If you're watching this while it's fairly a new video, we'll probably be back within 24 hours with part 6. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and any final words for you, Tony, before we sign off for today?
No, I think you're doing a good job. You picked a nice assortment of film. And, you know, we said everybody out there wants to bring up another throw or something to look at, something to say, bring it to us. We want the information.
And
Have
they
a nice day, guys.
take care, everyone.